Well, hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I hope you're doing fantastic out there. This video today is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to talk about the potential fight between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. I'm also going to give my official prediction at the end of this video, and I'm going to talk about this. And this is something that I'm very excited about. We've got Mark Zuckerberg, who is the CEO of Meta. He's also in charge of Facebook. He is on the left side politically. And we have Elon Musk, who is in charge of Twitter. He bought Twitter. He's on the right side politically. And before he purchased Twitter, Twitter would kick you off and give you timeouts and stuff like that. We weren't allowed to have true freedom of speech on Twitter until Elon Musk took it over. And the same thing kind of applies on Facebook. If you say something that is not in accordance to what they want it to be, you'll go to Facebook jail. And if you put something out there, they might say that it's been fact checked and it's incorrect or something like this. So we've got two multi-billionaires here that are potentially going to fight. And how did this brew up? How did this start? Well, like I mentioned, when Elon Musk took over Twitter, he allowed people to speak their minds. Twitter doesn't really have like pictures and video and stuff like that. Well, Mark Zuckerberg kind of wanted to get into that kind of social media. So he's getting ready to start a new social media platform called Threads. And on Threads, it's going to be similar to Twitter. It's going to be more of a text-based, no videos or pictures that I'm aware of. It's going to be more like just type what you're feeling or whatever. So this created a little bit of rivalry because you've got two companies, one on the left, one on the right, and they're kind of going heads against each other in the social media world. Well, you've got Mark Zuckerberg over here. He's worth $101 billion. And you got Elon Musk over here worth $239 billion. Well, Elon Musk, I guess, caught wind that Zuckerberg was going to be establishing this new social media platform, Threads. And he called him out and said something about fighting him in the cage or something like that. Mark Zuckerberg heard that and he responded. He said, "Send location." That was a saying that Khabib made very famous in the UFC because he would take on all comers, and that's what he would always say, "Send location," meaning I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. So Zuckerberg kind of given a little bit of respect, I guess you could say, to Khabib for the way he responded. Well, then Elon Musk comes back and he says, "Octagon, Las Vegas." These two are really at each other and they're very serious about this fight. They both want to fight each other. Now, from what I understand, Dana White believes, now, if you don't know who Dana White is, he is the president of the UFC. The UFC is the biggest mixed martial arts company in the world today. They're huge. So Dana White has caught wind about this fight. Some people have asked him about it, and his take on this is they are trying to get this fight put together. They're actually in negotiations trying to put this fight together, and he says that this fight is real, that these guys do want to fight. And he also believes that this fight, and I agree with this, he says that this fight has the potential to be the biggest fight in combat sports history. The biggest fight in UFC history, boxing, anything, as far as revenue growth. Now, what's so cool about that is these billionaires, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, they don't need any more money. So the money that Dana White's referring to is money that will be raised not to go into their pockets, but they're going to make money too, of course, but to go into charities that are going to help people. So this has the potential to be a huge fight that's going to do major, major good things for humanity. I think this is fantastic. You've got Elon Musk, who's doing Tesla and solar panels and electric cars, and you've got Zuckerberg doing all the social media stuff. This is crazy. I personally, as a fan of this, would love to watch this fight because I'd love to see humanity grow, from a fight. See some people get help. Maybe there's going to be donations to a hospital or something like this. And anything that these two multi-billionaires can do to help other people, I think is huge. I think that's fantastic. Now, as a fight fan and as a lifetime martial artist, I take interest in this because I love trying to break down fights. And if I wanted to be like, let me just side with my political beliefs, I would take Elon Musk, 100%. But I gotta be real about this and look at the actual facts and the factors and the things that are involved in this potential fight that I hope happens, and get down to the nitty-gritty and see what really happens. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So when you got Mark Zuckerberg, he's confident because he's training in jiu-jitsu. He's also training in Muay Thai. I've seen footage of him on YouTube as a white belt in jiu-jitsu competing. He's actually won some matches, and that's big. That's big because in jiu-jitsu, there is no place that I've ever been in my life where I've been humbled more than I was as a white belt in jiu-jitsu. I mean, I was a wrestler. I played football one year. I was a track guy. I ran. I swam. I did all these things, got in fist fights, and I've never been humbled more at anything than I was being the low man on the totem pole in jiu-jitsu as a white belt. What that did was it helped me grow. It helped me grow mentally tough. It also helped me grow as far as technical ability, and it gave me some conditioning. And when you take all those factors, it did make me a better person. And I'm sitting here thinking about this, and I'm thinking that is the journey that Mark Zuckerberg is going through right now. He's a white belt in jiu-jitsu. He's getting spanked by blue belts. He's getting tapped by purple belts, ragdolled by brown belts, and just shut down by black belts. I mean, he's facing the gauntlet. He really is. And he's kicking the pads, and he's doing Muay Thai too. So he's really a student of the game. So when he says send location, I do believe that Zuckerberg means it. I really do. I think he means it, and I think he believes in his skill set. Now let's talk about the original idea or concept behind Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. This is a martial art that was designed for a smaller man to learn how to defeat a larger man. So a smaller skilled opponent learning how to beat a larger unskilled opponent. So you use techniques that use leverage and fulcrum and timing, and you learn how to use your body weight and to anchor yourself down so that they can't get you off, or you know how to get out from underneath the bottom of a big guy. All these things is what you learn in jiu-jitsu. Now, if Mark Zuckerberg is going to a halfway good jiu-jitsu school, not even a great one, but if he's going to a halfway good one, he will learn these things. So that's crazy. He's got a lot going for him. Now let's talk about the size of these guys. You've got Mark Zuckerberg walking around about 5'7", probably 165 pounds. And you got Elon Musk walking around over 6 feet tall and over 200 pounds. So he's clearly the bigger guy. But like I said, jiu-jitsu was developed for smaller people with some training to defeat a larger unskilled opponent in a street fight. So that's interesting. And then you got another factor to throw in. You got the age. Mark Zuckerberg is 37 and Elon Musk is 51. Now we all know that Father Time does play a role in fighting. Look at Randy Couture. He went into his 40s, late 40s, and he basically made it look easy. But I can tell you that me being 48 years old, I just had a birthday a couple days ago, 48 years old, my jiu-jitsu now is still solid, but at 30-something years old, I was on a different level. I'm more technically sound now, but then I had cardio conditioning. I could go all day, had a gas tank, couldn't run out of gas. My heart rate was good. There's a lot of factors that go into this fight. The other thing that we got here is we know that Mark Zuckerberg is training. There's footage of him. He's competing as a white belt in jiu-jitsu. Who knows? He could be a blue belt by now. I don't know. I don't know. Now, the big question here is Elon Musk. He has confidence. He's like, I want to fight this guy. And then when Zuckerberg says send location, he has confidence. Elon comes back and says, well, okay, Vegas, Octagon. Wow. So there's something that Elon has that we don't know about. He's confident in himself. Is he just a tough guy? I mean, you don't become a multi-billion-dollar net worth from being a pushover. So he's probably got a backbone. He's probably got some very serious mental toughness. Question is, we don't have any footage on him. He is a big question mark. Does he have anything under the hood? Has he ever boxed? Has he ever wrestled? Has he ever done Sambo? Krav Maga? Does he have some Aikido background? Ninjutsu? What's he got? What does he have that he is so confident about that he could take on Zuckerberg? I don't know. And that's what's so intriguing about fighting. You don't know what's going to happen. You really don't. But I would go out on a limb and guess that Elon Musk might be one of these crazy guys, this crazy billionaire who, God only knows, he might throw a head kick out of nowhere and knock Zuckerberg out. He might throw a left hook and land it just like Conor McGregor did on Jose Aldo. We don't know. He might do a takedown and end up in a De La Riva guard and hit a knee block submission or something. We don't know. We have no idea what he's got. We know he's got confidence. Now, when you talk about fighting, there's 3 basic factors that I always put into the equation of how I'm going to defeat my opponent or how I'm going to get my student to defeat his opponent. The first thing that I look at is conditioning. Is that guy in shape? If he's not, we might be able to win the fight on conditioning. We'll put our foot on the gas and we won't let up until the fight's over. There's no feeling worse in the world than having the technical ability, the knowledge, and not being able to pull the trigger because you're out of gas. That is a very demoralizing feeling. The second thing that we can look at to win a fight is technical ability. The third thing, mental toughness. Those 3 things, if you have all 3 of those things, I think you have a good success chance at winning a fight. So who's got the gas tank? Who's got the conditioning? I would have to say that Zuckerberg has that. Who's got the technical ability? Well, we do know that currently Zuckerberg has that. He's just a white belt that I know of, but he's learning. He's getting ragdolled every day, and that makes a person humble, and it also makes them grow. You don't grow by not facing adversity. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when things are difficult, when things are hard. We know that Zuckerberg is going through that right now. Mental toughness. Well, that growth right there that I talked about, that builds mental toughness. So I think Zuckerberg honestly has all three of these things. Now, Elon Musk, does he have conditioning? I really don't know. I don't know. Does he have technical ability? Don't know. That's another question mark. He might have been like a Bruce Lee that hasn't came out of the closet yet. He might have something. Mental toughness, definitely. He's got mental toughness. So now it's almost like, okay, we got these three factors, and where does the fight play out? What happens here? It's very interesting. If I had to make an official prediction, I would have to go against my heart and go with my intuition, with my logic, and pick Mark Zuckerberg to win this fight. I think he's going to win this fight, and I think he ends it in the first round. I think he takes Elon Musk down, and I think he gets the back and chokes him out. And then Elon taps. That's what I think. Now, if I want to go with my heart, I want to go with the guy that's on Team Right, the guy that's supporting the First Amendment, and I want to go with that. I want to go with Elon Musk. But again, being realistic, the age is a factor, conditioning is a factor, technical ability, and we do know that Zuckerberg has all three of those. They don't need the money. I've said that before. They don't need the money. They're fighting for bragging rights. They're fighting for power. They're fighting for, put themselves out there on social media and get more popular than they already are. And then, so you got Team Left versus Team Right. And there's always been this big division of Team Left versus Team Right. And that brings one more thing that I like about this fight. And I think this is huge. One of my students, he's a brown belt. He's got a tattoo on his chest and it says, "Fighting solves everything." And I asked him about that one time. And this dude is a stud. He's brown belt with me. He's been with me a long time. He's a heavyweight. And when I roll with him, I have problems with him. Oh my gosh, the guy kills me, ragdolls me, submits me. He's tough as they come. And he explained that to me one time. He said, fighting solves everything, because you got two people left and right. And when they fight, they might be enemies. They might be bitter enemies. But at the end of a fight, there's always, not always, but a lot of times, there's respect. There's understanding. Especially if both guys go out there and they give it their best and they both fight a fair fight. You can become brothers afterwards. I competed for 9 years, and I can attest to what he's saying. I agree with that. Fighting does solve everything. So this division between left and right, when Zuckerberg and Musk go in there and they fight, this could heal the divide to some extent. When they go out there and they plaster each other and hit each other in the face and there's blood, and then at the very end they shake hands and they show some respect. Imagine how that impact, being on the largest scale, how that's going to affect the viewers. The viewers are going to see that and they're going to say, wow, these guys are leading by example. We have Team Left versus Team Right. They went at it. They fought a clean, fair fight. Whoever won, won, and they shook hands afterwards and they squashed the beef. Fighting does solve everything. So folks, I would like to know what your thoughts are on this potential fight between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Please drop it in the comments section. I'd love to see a healthy conversation going on down there. And before you go, please hit that thumbs up button. You guys are so good at that, and I love it that you do that. Thank you for watching. I hope this fight happens. Hope you enjoyed my thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. I love you all.